In Virginia Beach City Public Schools, we have instructional technology specialists in each and every one of our schools. We support their capacity building so that they can continue to be that coach and that instructional coach that can help teachers with their technology integration. We also help them with resources, and we build professional development to meet their needs and to support their growth.
Kelly and I just presented on using AI to help enhance research in student learning. At the moment, our students aren't able to use these tools in Virginia Beach, but we know that other school districts and universities do have the option to use AI, so we wanted to share the information that's out there. And we have shared this information with our adult learners and our teachers in our schools who do have access to these tools. So there's one such AI tool called Consensus. And if you remember back when we all were in school and you had a topic that you needed to do a research paper on, you wrote it down, you maybe shared it with your teacher, they said, yeah, that works. And then you go spend hours trying to find resources and articles and newspaper clippings and whatever to try and back the point of your research paper. And sometimes you end up with nothing and you've wasted all that time. So Consensus, what it does is you put your topic into it, it uses the power of AI, and it goes out and searches the internet and finds the resources that proves that yes, that research topic is viable. And there's enough research out there, white papers, websites, movies, videos, whatever it may be, that support that topic. And so now you have all the resources you need to start doing that research paper. It also provides you citations. And so that is one tool that we shared out of 3 that students can use to streamline the research process. We also do encourage that students use databases that the district provides, like one that we have called Gale in Context, which is really powerful, but also pulls in citations and points of context for that.
We shared some citations with the librarians in our groups, and they're called citations tools. They're called reference managers, and so Zotero is one, and the other one is AI Blaze. They're Chrome extensions where if a student's going outside the web or going onto the web, they can quickly create a citation for that web link and add it to their folder in the tool, and it kind of creates a bibliography for them and helps them with their citations. Now we are fortunate, as Charlie mentioned, we do have the Gale Cengage products, and within those products and with some of the other products we have in our school, the AI features in those products our students can use, because we are paying for those resources in some case, and we're considered licensed as a school district. So those type of things are really important for our students to start learning how to use AI tools within the reference databases and et cetera. And we know that they're in a safe walled garden, and that the resources they're using are being vetted by the various companies and vendors.
What I love about the tools we have and the tools that we're encouraging students to use is we're not asking them to go to AI just to do a Google search and get a quick answer. It truly can become a thought partner where you're in a conversation, whether verbally that it'll type in for you or if you're typing it out, but really the concept of AI being a thought partner in the process of a student's learning journey is really important when we talk about this shift.
I think the skills that Sheila mentions are as important as having a conversation with a peer or collaboration in a small group. We need to provide students with the ability and the experience to communicate with the chatbot and know the correct questions to ask, how to respond to something that the chatbot is providing me, the information it's providing me. Because eventually, I don't think any of us at this table think that at some point AI is going to take over for teaching, but it is going to be a thought partner. It is going to help with tutoring. It's going to help them make decisions later on in life. And the better foundation we can provide for students in that realm, the better that they'll be in the future working with AI, because they're going to be, no matter what role they're in, for the most part, they'll have an opportunity to experience AI at some point.
We talk about having that prompt engineering, teaching people how to be specific in their prompts. We, and with both staff and students, it is about utilizing media literacy, using the information that they gather and being about evaluating the information. Is it accurate? Is it, is this true? Comparing those types of resources, and just we are bombarded by information, and adults and our staff and students both need to learn how to discern that information that they're receiving from social media, from TV, from everything online, to make sure that learn how to critically analyze that information. And so AI is the same. You have to, when AI generates a response, you need to know this may not be true, and the bias may be showing up there. So I think AI and media literacy go hand in hand.
There's definitely gaps in the data that AI pulls from, and when those gaps in the data occur, that's when those issues of AI bias happen. Kelly and I were just in a session this morning, and she did such a great job, the woman from Utah. She talked about the AI tools might not do it, but let's take some responsibility of expanding on our prompts. So instead of saying a picture of someone with a professional haircut, of varying ages, of varying backgrounds, of varying disabilities, of varying nationalities. Like, we need to put that in so that we can better see the scope of truly what a professional haircut is. And again, a white male with a short haircut is not all of the professionals I've ever seen in this world. So we know that there are biases. There are biases in AI, but depending on your prompt and how you can expand, you can ask it to be more inclusive. So we can take some of that responsibility on ourselves.
As a team, we've developed a tool called RAD that then has progressed to Radar. Rural Audience Details was RAD, right? So AR or radar and refine mean keep on refining, keep on putting in information. So you could put in the role. So I could say, as a white male in my 40s, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Sheila could say the same thing. You could say the same thing, but your different roles, and then compare all the data. But you can do it as yourself. Like if I have 5 different, ethnicities of students in my classroom, and I wanted a prompt or a story that would engage all of them, I can maybe, ask the same thing, but say as a student from Spain, as a student from Egypt, as a student from wherever, and kind of gather stories that they can see themselves in. And so that's, as long as you're trying to get as many people on the table as possible, I think AI is really helpful with that.
I would like to think when any of us do a search that it would give a prompt, that it would give us what we're looking for, but also prompt us, what else do you have questions about? Or it might say, now to understand this, you might also need to understand what led up to this. So I think part of it, as the tools are trained and as the tools develop, that they may include both sides of an argument. They may include, some people may think this, other people may think this. Instead of giving that one right list of answers, to perhaps look at multiple points of view to help that person who's doing the prompt getting that information, that they know this is a starting point. What are my beliefs? Does this line up with my values? How does this information coming at me represent a full story, so that I can grow and learn and draw some conclusions from the information that's provided? And again, if there's gaps in the data, the biases are there, and we're sometimes not looking at a full scenario or a full pro-con part of an argument or differing points of view. And that's important for equity of access, that we do get to understand points of view.
I think a lot of teachers are seeing the benefit and the time-saving aspect of AI in creating lesson plans and creating questions and creating scenarios, whatever it may be.
Level text,
exactly, to make their job easier. And if AI can save a teacher an hour a day, let's just say that's another hour that they can spend with their family. That's another hour that they can spend with students one-on-one instruction and encouraging them to do better instead of having to grade papers. If teachers are able to use AI effectively, then they should be saving time, that time is spent in a better way than it would have been prior.